Hey everyone, Natalie Madison here of Artisan Cakes. Today we are making champagne bottles. And I've started off by getting some nice white chocolate couvertures and heavy cream. I have microwaved the heavy cream to a scald. You can also do this in a saucepan. Basically bring it up so that it's warm enough to melt your chocolate without going boiling. So I have my heavy cream poured over my chocolate. It's been resting for about 5 minutes to loosen up that chocolate. I'll probably have to put this in the microwave and gently microwave it to finish melting the chocolate. While I have this here, I'm going to add some sparkling wine flavoring. This is fantastic. This is LorAnn's concentrated oils. And I add sparkling wine to anything that I want to have that wonderful hint of champagne flavor. So there we go. Oh yeah, I can smell it already. It's amazing. All right, making messes. That's how I know it's gonna be good. All right, I'm gonna pop this in the microwave and slowly warm it up to melt it and combine it all together. So if you've had the pleasure of having a white chocolate champagne truffle, you're going to love these. This is going to be a champagne bottle made out of chocolate and then filled with white chocolate champagne ganache. You can also add a little bit of heavy whipping cream right before you fill it. Basically whip up that whipping cream and make it a lighter consistency so that it's a little bit lighter and more mousse-like. This could take a while. I'm using a ceramic or stoneware bowl. It helps hold the residual heat and does most of the work without causing overheating of my chocolates. Last thing I'm gonna do is accidentally burn the chocolate. Then it doesn't taste so good. All right, that's looking pretty nice. The mixer will probably do the rest of it for me. Popping this into my mixer bowl and let it finish combining. Great, looks like all the little chunkies are worked out. Now this is still quite warm. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and let it start cooling down while I begin molding my chocolate bottle molds. Set that over here, move it over to the side, and refrigerate this. While that's refrigerating, we are going to fill our bottle molds. I've taken some white chocolate. You can start with green as your base color. But basically, this is just confectionery coating that I've then made a deeper green by adding the chocolate chameleon colors by Artisan Accents and formed this kind of deep green color. And I have 2 different bottle molds to choose from. Today I'm actually going to use just the very basic chocolate mold. It is 2-sided and I'm going to fill the chocolate mold and then get most of the chocolate back out. So while I've melted my chocolate, it's not hot. It is probably about 98 to 100 degrees right now. So it has a thicker consistency, which is what I need. I'm going to fill up both sides of my bottle mold, like so. And then I am sure that I have air bubbles trapped underneath, so I'm just going to tamp this down. And make sure most of those bubbles come to the surface. I'm going to dump most of this right back out into the bowl. And scrape the excess off so that it comes out clean. And going to get a little bit more out of this mold. We want the walls to be thick enough to hold its shape, but if it's too thick, you won't be able to cut into it to eat it and enjoy it. Again, I'm scraping those walls clean. Get in there as tight as you possibly can for nice clean bottle edges. All right, now this goes into the refrigerator to firm up fully. Next, we're going to build up our white chocolate mousse. It's not really a mousse, it's more like a diplomat cream. So we're going to start with heavy whipping cream. We're going to add a little bit of a vanilla bean paste. Obviously, we buy it in bulk. 1 teaspoon to tablespoon, depending on how much vanilla bean you like. And as this begins to whip up, we're going to stream in a little bit of our white chocolate sparkling champagne. Perfect. Don't let it go too long because it could break on you. We want it to be light and fluffy, but we don't want it to curdle. Of course, I recommend tasting it to make sure it has the right flavor profile. You definitely get the champagne. And the white chocolate with that hint of vanilla. Perfect. Let's see if our bottles are ready to unmold. Move my chocolate over here out of the way. Save all these larger pieces for blending back in. And we still have some heat left in our chocolate, which is fantastic. When these molds are fully solidified, they naturally pop out on their own. It shouldn't take much work. And it's coming off the sides, giving a little bit of resistance right there in the middle. So just gently press into the middle of the mold. There's one half. And there's our other half. All right, I'm going to flip both of these over and spoon filling right into the middle. Use your spatula to level those two sides out. Clean off the outside edges. And then a little bit of chocolate to glue these two sides together. Clean off the edges. Let this rest a minute. And I'll show you how to pipe any gaps, pipe to fill any gaps in that bottle. Using a piping bag, I'm just going to spoon a little bit of chocolate in here. I don't need very much at all, but I do need it to stay warm. My hands are obviously very cold. A little snip off the end. And then you should be solid now, and just squeeze out a little bit of that chocolate right into any gaps that you might have from your chocolate mold. And then using the flat of your finger, just brush that down. Flip it over, do the other side. And there you have a bottle. Filled with white chocolate champagne mousse. All right, now the details. So one of my favorite details is super simple, and it's using gold foil on the tops. You're just going to place this on top, press down gently, and give it a little crimping and twisting. And then final detail is a tiny little label. Using an edible image, we've printed some champagne labels. You can see it releases from its backing. And these are sugar sheets. Tiny bit of chocolate on the back side to act as glue. Find the front of your bottle and then place it. And you have little mousse-filled champagne bottles ready to plate. You can put it in a cute little bucket with the isomalt ice. That's not really ice, it's sugar cubes, and make it look like little individual champagne bottles. There you go.